Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A water main break causing a huge mess in northwest Detroit, forcing families to take some drastic measures. Glad you're with us tonight at 11. Off the top, broken water mains have been a big problem all across the city this winter.
Now another break is impacting an entire neighborhood and frustrating families. Pamela Osborne live in northwest Detroit tonight. Pamela, what's the situation there now?
Well, the problem for the people living in this neighborhood is pretty simple. There's more water flowing down their streets than there is coming out of their faucets. An old problem is bubbling up once again on Hartwell Street.
2 in the last month.
Residents say this break is putting them out, literally.
She's had to come over to my sister's house just to take showers. It's a big inconvenience.
Helena Lewis's sister, Katrina McGee, moved out of her home Friday for those very reasons. They called the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department that day with no luck. So did neighbor Mark Guillory. He's still upset by the response on the other line.
I do understand that the city is behind. You know, everybody's behind, but to deem it not a priority is what the issue is.
He, his wife, and his kids are at home, but driving to his in-laws just to bathe.
It's hard to wash, you know, it's hard to take a shower, hard to wash your clothes. So to me, that's all a priority.
You can see the lower than usual water pressure residents say they're dealing with. And after that concern is this: what will become of this intersection at Hartwell and Pembroke with cars rolling by?
Then the street, as you can see, is crumbling. So it's just a matter of time between the water constantly flowing and the weight of the vehicles going over the road that it eventually caves in.
So I reached out to Detroit Water and Sewerage. They sent out an investigator to have a look. That truck just left. They promised that a full crew will be out here in the morning to begin working on this. But if you're wondering what the holdup is here, there are actually more than 40 breaks just like this one all throughout the city. And they label them according to priority, depending on how much water people have. So they start with people that have no water at all. Then they go to those intersections that are really impacting travel. But they say they will get to this one again first thing in the morning. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, NBC 10 News.
All right, Pamela, so many frustrations. As the fighting continues in Ukraine, the U.S. and its allies are ramping up sanctions against Russia, but lawmakers on Capitol Hill are calling on President Biden to do more. Meanwhile, new satellite images show the Russian military convoy closing in on Kyiv is 40 miles long, consisting of armored vehicles, tanks, and towed artillery. Alice Barr with the latest from Washington.
Amid soaring global tensions over the war in Ukraine, with Russian President Vladimir Putin putting his country's nuclear deterrent forces on high alert, the Biden administration is seeking to lower the temperature.
Mr. President, should Americans be worried about nuclear war?
No.
We are assessing President Putin's directive, and at this time we see no reason to change our own alert levels.
The fighting intensifying today, with Ukrainian forces holding firm as Russia takes aim at major cities.
They have faced a stiffer resistance than they anticipated.
Ukrainian and Russian officials started talks today with no breakthrough in sight. The U.S. and allies sending more weapons to support Ukraine and rolling out tougher sanctions against Russia's central bank, the latest in a global economic assault that sent the Russian currency plummeting to record lows. After a classified briefing tonight on Capitol Hill, lawmakers calling for even harsher measures.
Putin's not going to stop until it gets to be unbearable at home.
President Biden will defend his strategy in his first State of the Union address tomorrow night, a chance for the commander-in-chief to explain what's at stake directly to the American people. The need to stand up for a fledgling democracy in Ukraine, to further the cause of freedom around the world, and ensure American safety here at home. President Biden has work to do in his primetime speech tomorrow night. A new poll shows just 33% of Americans approve of his handling of the Ukraine crisis, and a majority say the president cannot be trusted in a crisis. That with war overseas now stacked on top of the pandemic and soaring inflation here at home. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
All right, Alice, you can watch President Biden's State of the Union address tomorrow night here on Local 4. Coverage gets underway at 9 p.m. Meanwhile, General Motors is suspending its business in Russia amid the invasion.
While GM does not have any manufacturing facilities in Russia, it does operate a national sales company that sells to Russia. The automaker says it is halting exports to Russia until further notice. According to Reuters, GM sells about 3,000 cars a year in Russia.
Settlement has been reached tonight in the federal lawsuit against Rochester Community Schools. The district was sued last year after being accused of getting a parent fired from her job while she was critical of the district on social media. Mara McDonald, live in Rochester tonight. We have any ideas about the terms of this settlement, Mara?
Devin, not yet. We do not know what kind of check that the Rochester Community Schools will be writing to Elena DiNverno or whether all parties have actually signed off on it yet, just that settlement exists.
You need to be terminated. You need to be fired. Grant and DeGracie, you need to be fired. And every single one of you need to resign.
The lawsuit brought by Elena DiNverno against the Rochester Community Schools has, with its filings, opened a can of worms that has parents saying the current administration needs to go.
I am here tonight finally speaking in public for the resignations of Dr. Shaner, Ms. Fregameni, Ms. Grine, and Ms. DeCreasy for not fulfilling the intentions of their contracts with this district.
In that now settled suit, come to find out, the district didn't just call DiNverno's employer, but another parent's employer as well. That the district used staff to monitor social media and compile reports on parents who were dissatisfied with what the school board and district were doing as far as opening schools and mask policies. While parents suspected this behavior, since some were receiving cease and desist letters from the district's attorneys, as well as in one case a visit from the police to a mom's home, having suspicions confirmed has them asking for wholesale change.
It's clear from recent events and news that has surfaced that leadership has been active in coercive measures to bully parents and restrict us from information, infringing on our First Amendment right to free speech.
Back here live, so far no official communication from the school board about this settlement, but at least one school board member took to Facebook talking about policy changes he thinks would be a good idea in the district. We're live in Rochester tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And quite a story. All right, Mara.
New COVID numbers from the state continues an encouraging trend as we get closer to spring break. State reporting a 3-day total of 1,860 cases, or an average of 620 cases per day. 7-day moving average is now at 1,050 cases. Both the 7-day average and hospitalizations are at the lowest point since last summer.
With the cases on the decline, the state's top doctor says it is now time to shift the way that the state handles COVID.
Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian says the state is moving from a response to a recovery phase.
I really want to convey this idea of it's not a straight line to the finish. We're not saying the pandemic is over, but we are conveying that this is a relatively safer time compared to what the last few months have looked like.
Her comments come as the state is dropping the mask mandate for most state employees starting Thursday.
Today, Governor Whitmer signing into law a bill to allow part-time workers to keep the unemployment aid they received during the pandemic. Comes after there was confusion over how workers answered a question about being, as the quote put it, able and available for full-time work. The change impacts part-time workers who filed claims after March 1st, 2020 through September of 2021.
The assistant principal at Ecorse High School is in jail tonight for allegedly committing sex crimes with his young daughter. Police say 45-year-old Melvin Conway sexually assaulted his daughter at a Detroit home when she was just 10 years old. The alleged incident happened 8 years ago, and a police report was filed last spring. Conway faces criminal sexual conduct charges. His bond was set at $75,000. Ecorse Public Schools released a statement tonight saying the safety of their students is one of their highest priorities, and they will continue to monitor the situation. Dooley's Tavern in Roseville is closing its doors permanently after a deadly shooting over the weekend.
Happened Saturday night. Police say a 25-year-old man shot and killed a 36-year-old bouncer while he was being removed from the bar. A second person was hit. It's expected that person's going to be okay, though police don't believe that second victim was directly involved in the altercation. Officers say they arrested the shooter. He's expected to be charged later this week.